What's going on, everyone? So yesterday, the Lakers took on the Milwaukee Bucks, and it was the first look of Damian Lillard and Giannis matching up, teaming up, and taking on the Lakers. And Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell, in my opinion, were fantastic in kind of combating that duo. Now, obviously, it's a small little sample size. It's preseason. It's not about the wins and losses. They only played 15 minutes in total together. So, again, nothing really crazy to take away, but it was fun to kind of just see for the first time Giannis and Damian Lillard on the court together. It was a little odd seeing Damian Lillard in a Milwaukee jersey, but nonetheless, it's a reality. And I'm sure it'll kind of, fall into itself as we move into the actual season. But the Lakers had a very interesting lineup. So Austin Reaves and LeBron James did not play this game, and they decided to supplement that by going bigger. Right? They put Taurean Prince at the 2, which is something I have talked about constantly this offseason since we signed Prince, that you could easily put him at the 2. Now we got some real size in the backup 2 guard, and you could put several other pieces, kind of go this like positionless basketball in many ways. And we've seen a lot of that, but I really enjoyed the lineup that was out to start the game. Now, obviously, you're not going to start that lineup, but in spot minutes or something throughout the course of the season, like just to throw that lineup out there, I think could be a lot of fun. So for those that don't know, the lineup was D'Angelo Russell, Taurean Prince, Rui Hachimura, Christian Wood, and Anthony Davis. So you had some real size out there on the court. You had some physicality. Like, I wouldn't even mind experimenting with that where, like, maybe instead of D'Lo, it's like LeBron, or, maybe you do the same thing with Austin Reaves, or maybe you switch out Rui for like a Jared Vanderbilt and kind of add some better defense to that lineup. But regardless, we didn't get a huge sample size of it. And like Christian Wood struggled this game. He was 1 of 6 from the field. D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis continue to just completely shine. And they have shown enough to show like, hey, they can carry the workload over the course of the season. Taurean Prince was solid with 8 points, and Rui Hachimura, same thing with 8 points. But it was more so just, we've seen Darvin Ham do the things that I've been talking about, and I'm not the only one. Many people have talked about it, but I only have my channel and my reference, and is just kind of going with these various sizable lineups and kind of playing the mix and match game and seeing like what kind of different looks can we throw out there? How does this look? Whoa, what about this? Right? And I've talked about, you have so many different versatile lineups that you could do if you were to kind of put Prince at the 2, and his ability to shoot the 3 ball at an efficient clip as well as defend essentially 1 through 4. That gives you so much flexibility, right? You could even do something with like say D'Lo. You could swap like Rui with Cam Reddish, right? Or you could even go with like, say, Rui at the 4 and add Cam Reddish, right? So take out Christian Wood, right? Or you could take out Christian Wood and add in LeBron. Go D'Lo, Prince, Rui, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, right? It's so cool to just have a unit or just have a roster, period, that you can do stuff like this with, right? Like, it's a far cry from last year where the only flexible lineups that we had were 3 to 4 guard lineups, right? It was like there was no, well, maybe we could throw out this team, or maybe we could throw out this, or what do you think about that? Like, it was like, no, like we have 5, 6 to 6'1" guards. So it's like, what kind of mix and match is there to do? Right? And it's one of the things that like I defended Darvin Ham heavily on. Like, people didn't like the 3 guard lineups and complained about it. And then even after we got Rui and, like Jared Vanderbilt and stuff. But again, it was like our roster is all guards, right? Like, even like Lonnie Walker is a 6'4" guard. Like it's not like he has a bunch of 6'7" to 6'9" guys. Well, guess what? Darvin Ham does now. And you're seeing him actually sort of release the Kraken, so to speak, right? Like, you're seeing all these fun, different creative lineups that he's throwing out there. And like preseason and early NBA season, like that's the time to do it, right? That's the time you want to experiment. That's the time you want to throw different looks out there and just kind of explore and try different things. And, I want to see more sample sizes of some of these things, but like when it was announced that these were the starters, and then like when I actually saw them on the court, I was like, that lineup could be very good. And like you could always just swap out. Like again, Christian Wood didn't have it tonight, right? He was having a rough game tonight. Okay, well, Cam Reddish was actually very good. So why don't you throw in Cam Reddish? Like swap him for Cam Reddish, right? Okay, well, let's say next game Prince doesn't have. Okay, well, swap him for like an Austin Reaves or Cam Reddish again, or maybe you go, Jackson Hayes or something, and maybe take a look at Wood at the 3, right? Because Darvin Ham has even talked about like, hey, with Wood's ability to shoot the 3 ball and use his length to close out on the perimeter, like maybe we try him at the 3, right? Like I've preached this all off season, and it's just cool to see, and it's exciting. Like, at least for me, I don't know how you feel, and of course, I want to hear your opinions down in the comments, but for me, like, it's just genuine excitement to be able to see the Lakers throw out real different units, and it's not some weird, like, oh, there's no way that's going to, or like, oh, none of those guys can shoot, or all of those guys are 6 feet, or, whatever. It's like, no, like Ruiz shot the 3 ball excellent. Taurean Prince shot the 3 ball excellent. D'Lo has shot the 3 ball excellent. Christian Wood, he's coming into his own, but he's been a career 38% 3-point shooter, right? Anthony Davis has hit a 3 in every preseason, right? It's like all of those things are just, it's great. Now, obviously, again, you're not starting that unit. You have LeBron James and Austin Reaves. Now, Taurean Prince is, in my opinion, making a real argument to be the starting 3 in that lineup. Now, I still really like the idea of Jared Vanderbilt, but like if Vando isn't improved shooting the 3 ball, then Taurean Prince slotted in. He's shown enough on both sides to really fit, and he's complemented that Reaves, D'Lo, LeBron, AD kind of core 4, and I just think is something that you could do, or even just close with, right? Even if you're not going to open with that, maybe you close with that. But, I mean, LeBron James, Austin Reaves, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, that's the 4 guys that are starting on a regular basis. But I do think we're going to get a lot of mix and match lineups. One, because guys are going to get nights off. Guys are going to, have little knick-knack injuries or whatever. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are going to miss 20-plus games this year. I mean, I would hope not, but it's more than likely, right? And then, in those games or in those moments, like a Reaves takes the night off, or D'Lo takes the night off, or both of them take the night off, like throw out one of those lineups, right? Like, again, like let's say LeBron and AD are playing, but you don't have D'Lo and Reaves. Okay, well, kind of go with like a Gabe Vincent at the point, Prince at the 2, Reddish at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and AD at the 5. It's like, like I said, let's get weird here. Like, let's try some stuff. There's not many teams, if any, that have this level of versatility and depth. It is not that we just have depth, right? It's not that we just have, we have 12 guys that can play. No, we have 12 guys that can play, and all of them are sizable, versatile, switchable, right? You can throw out so many different looks and so many different sets and just kind of add like a new level that we haven't really seen in the Lakers in a very long time. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Lakers roster like this with just this much versatility and size and just shooting and just this is everything. I'm a kid in a candy store. This is everything I could have hoped for and more as far as a roster goes. And to see Darvin Ham just kind of throwing out different looks and throwing out different lineups out there, it's been a lot of fun, right? It's been great to see. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What did you think? What were your thoughts, first off, seeing Giannis and Damian Lillard in a Bucks jersey? Did you think it was a little weird? What did you think? Again, it was small sample size, talking 15 minutes. So, like, how much could you have taken away from that? But I still think that, it was interesting. It was cool to see that. And then, of course, what did you think of that starting lineup for the Lakers? Again, I'm not saying necessarily to start that unless several guys are missing in the starting unit. But that lineup in particular, or like which guy would you kind of mix and match, right? Is there like, oh, like, I loved everybody but Christian would take Wood out and put in like a Reddish or put in a Christie or put in whatever, right? I love that we have this versatility, and are you somebody that feels that same way? Would you want to get more looks at that? And do you like that Darvin Ham's kind of been throwing these different lineups out and these kind of like positionless lineups? Or do you want him to kind of keep it more traditional? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below.